Hello and welcome to Guitar of the Day. Okay, so this is the Ibanez Roadstar RS-1000 guitar. As you can see, it's a real beauty. Lovely body, lovely neck, everything is great on this guitar. And this was made in 1983, and we can tell that by the serial. So if I turn this around, I don't know if you can get to see that serial there, but it says E832707, made in Japan, Ibanez. Now E stands for the fifth letter of the alphabet, so it would be the fifth month of the year, which is May. 83 stands for the year it was made, and this was the 2707th guitar of this model made. So that's what those numbers and letters stand for, and it lets us know exactly what guitar we've got and when it was made. Specs on this guitar, I've got a little note here to help me with this. Obviously a solid body guitar. It was made in 1983, as we've established. I believe these may have started production in 81, but they certainly stopped in 1984. That's a little bit of history on when they were made. Obviously made in Japan. It has a alder body with a bird's eye maple top. Now, I want to sort of come in here and let you have a look, because this is actually really stunning. Okay, look at that top. It's a cap. Okay, it's not a veneer, it's a cap. Because we're talking about the 80s here, and in the 80s they didn't skimp on quality. And I hasten to say sometimes, not always. But 80s guitars are great if you can find a good one. And this is a good one. Now, it has a maple neck with a rosebud fretboard. Okay, dot inlays. We have tuners wise. Here we go. Here are the tuners at the front. It's got a smooth, Ibanez's own smooth tuner 2. I'll turn that around so you can actually see the back as well there. There we go. It has quite unique tremolo system on it. Okay, this is the Hard Rocker Pro tremolo. And this was, as far as I can tell, the original locking tremolo. And as you can see, there are no nuts, no bolts at the nut to hold it in tune. So how does it do it? Well, inside here, below the saddles, are screws. What happens is the string comes in and then it goes back on itself. So I don't know if we can get for you to see, but I don't know if you can see in here, but you can see the ball ends of the strings. So the strings come back through on themselves, and then the screw goes down inside here, and it bolts down the string, so there's no movement, and thus it becomes a locking tremolo. Now, I've heard, because I've not changed the strings yet on this guitar, I've heard that it can be a bit of a ball ache changing strings on this, but you know, that's how it is. We'll see how that works when it comes to it. I've got to say that this guitar, this particular version, is a one-off. Okay, it's a one-off version. It's not the guitar that came out of the factory. At least I don't think it is. And I'll quantify what I mean by that in a minute. The original just had 2 humbuckers. There was no single coil involved. The original also only had a Gibson-like 3-way switch. This is a 5-way switch guitar. Okay, 5-way switch. And the original didn't have a split coil. So we go there, that's single coil. We go down, that is humbucker. Okay, and we've got all the Strat type tones that you get out of phase in position 2 and position 4. Okay, this pickup here is quite special actually. It's got a really cutting, biting edge to it, and it would be great for maybe country styles, certainly funk, that kind of stuff, but also rock as well. And if you have a look at where this pickup is set, it's not set where it usually would be. It's set a little bit further back to the pickups. Now, I'm going to explain why I'm not sure whether this came out of the factory like this or if it has been modified. If it's been modified, whoever did this is an absolute expert luthier. And I say that because the routing here is perfect. I mean, it is perfect. It's like it's come out of the factory like that. Also, great work on the split coil, and also replacing the original switcher from a 3-way to a 5-way like this. There are no marks or indications to me that any work has been done to this guitar. There's no scratches on it. There's usually little telltale signs if someone's done a job themselves. So that's why I think possibly it came out of the factory like this. If that's the case, I'm not sure why, because this wasn't the standard guitar that came out of the factory. Like I said, it was different to this. Also, perhaps it was made for somebody in particular. Now, I know it wasn't this model, but Gary Moore played this model for a bit. Not the original, not this. And also Steve Lukather had a very similar guitar to this. It's anybody's guess, but if someone did do work to this afterwards, then they are an absolute expert, and I take my hat off to them. But this guitar I've got, and it's in really good nick. There's one little blemish here, and that's about it. You know, it's from a 1983 guitar, and as you heard, it plays brilliantly. It sounds great. It's a fantastic find, and you can find these things if you look around and you happen to be in the right place at the right time. And fortunately for me, I seem to have a knack of doing that. So yeah, very cool. I may not have said what the humbuckers are. They're Super 58s, Ibanez's own Super 58s. They usually have covers on. I believe these are the originals, but they just haven't got the covers on. That's what I think, anyway. So, now that we've got through all the specs of the guitar, we're going to move on to some sounds. So let's go and check it out. The pedals I'm using going into Reaper are these. I have the Boss NS2, then going into the TU3 Tuner by Boss, then into the Revival Drive by Origin Effects. Okay, so I'm in Reaper here. As you can see, I have a track with the Ibanez RS-1000 listed on here, and this is the set of plugins for chain that I have going on after the chain going into Reaper with the pedals. So let's have a quick look at what we've got going on here. I have the NAD IR plugin, Impulse Loader, and on the left side I have a 160 on the cone, and on the right side I have a 421 on the cone. And then after that I have Echo Boy with just a little bit of ping pong delay going on. After that I have my favourite reverb, or free one at least, and that is the Oral River reverb on the plate setting, and you can just have a look at the settings. And that is the chain going into Reaper. If you're enjoying watching this video, please consider smashing that like button and subscribing to my channel so that I can keep on bringing this free content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Sabs out.